Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Feminine Fridays. I am Zena, your feminine consultant. They say I cry too much, We'll get the tissues then if you already know what's up. So today I am talking about the topic, you're too emotional. I can't stand it. I hate when people say it, but it's a thing. I wanna break it down. I want to talk about it. Here's the first thing. As women, we are created to be emotional. It is, in fact, one of the supreme differentiations between men and women. The fact that we can go deeper within our emotions than they can, like naturally. So when someone says, oh, you're being too emotional, it's kind of like, yeah, duh. I'm supposed to. So one of the problems that I have with that statement is it puts women and their emotions in the same category with the word annoying. Like, oh, if you're being too emotional, you're being annoying. Stop that. Stop being annoying. Stop being emotional. Stop being annoying. That starts the root of losing your voice, because our voice comes through our emotions. Now, there were some emotions that I needed to keep, and there were some emotions that I needed to dismiss, or ways of reacting that I need to dismiss. But part of being in tune with your feminine self and in tune with your nature of being a woman is to know which ones you're going to keep and which ones you're going to dismiss. So with the negative stigma of women, wives being emotional, it really creates a space for us to disconnect with our emotions. And when we disconnect with our emotions, that's the very beginning of disconnecting with ourselves as women. So I want to give you the top 3 ways to reconnect with your emotions. So number 1, you have to own it. When I say own it, I mean literally accept the fact that you are a woman and you are emotional. It goes hand in hand. When someone says to me, oh my God, you're being so emotional, I stop what I'm doing. I look them straight in the eye and I say, I am supposed to be. I'm a woman. And then I let my eye twitch a little bit to let them know I'm crazy. 1 minute we could be laughing and then we could watch a movie and bust out into tears. And that's okay.
About your vehicle, keep your hands in the air.
If you didn't cry when Queen Latifah got shot up and set it off, that is a prime example of 1 minute you're sitting there fine, and the next minute you're in a full weep, just full weep. All right, so number 2 is to create a sacred space. I realize when I'm in a sacred space, when I'm doing my journaling or doing my prayer or doing meditation or doing any type of writing, I can get more of a release, get more into a flow, when I'm in a sacred space. A sacred space can be created, a candle, a smell. You could change the lighting in the room, change the scent in the room, change the sound of the room. I may turn on jazz music, but I realize when I'm in that sacred space, I can get more out of it than I can just sit in the living room. The third step is to take action. One of the things that I used to do was write, but then I didn't do anything with what I wrote down because there are some things that need to be addressed. So when I come out of my time with myself, my sacred space, I ask myself, is there a conversation I need to have with someone? Is there a boundary I need to set? Is there a request I need to make? What needs to be done with these emotions that I'm feeling? For another example, working full time. When my baby was smaller, I really didn't like working full time. I hated it. I felt like I dropped my daughter off at daycare and I didn't see her again till almost nighttime. And then I'm picking her up and we have a moment and then she's going back to sleep and I'm doing the same thing the next day. So I really didn't like working full time. It was depressing me. I felt like the daycare provider knew my baby more than I did because I wasn't spending that time with her and it was important for me. So after coming home and journaling and writing and creating sacred spaces and figuring out that that was the issue. Now I have to do something about it so that I can work part-time and be with my baby more. Thank you for joining another episode of Feminine Fridays. If anything I said resonated with you, please like, comment, or share to let me know. Like I'm alive again.